Before she became Headless Horseman ripoff, Dagath was a member of the Dagg's cavalry who was assigned to serve an Orokin couple named Gorfel and Irelia, and serve them she did. During the day she would ride a horse, while during the night she would ride something else. A very intriguing aspect of their three-way relationship was that they never called Dagath's proto-frame by her name. Instead, they used pet names like Wild Rider. We all know what this refers to. The Orokin society wasn't happy with these interracial happy adult activities, but they also couldn't do anything about this unacceptable arrangement. Gorfel and Irelia were one of those rich, arrogant power couples, and their influence was too strong for the rest of the Orokin society. The Orokin couple showered their toy with a lot of gifts: armor, weapons, and presumably some adult-oriented stuff. Among these gifts, there was one that stood out, mostly because it had 4 legs: a horse. With this horse came a very serious but also very stupid condition: the horse couldn't be named. The Orokin couple assumed that if Dagath named the horse, she would end up loving it more than them. Against their wishes, Dagath eventually decided to name the horse Rakhali and prove the Orokin couple right. Let me ask you a question. If your significant other one day decided to buy a horse and obviously name it, what would you do? Would you just accept it and move on? Would you buy yourself a horse? Would you perhaps buy another significant other? You have to know that the Orokin society was full of rational and well-adjusted people, so it is no surprise that the couple went with the 4th option. They arranged for the horse to unwillingly commit seppuku. Unfortunately for everyone involved, things didn't go according to the plan, and during the accident, Dagath was mortally injured.
I've fallen and I can't get up!
It is not explicitly said, but we can assume that the horse did not survive. The couple did not want to lose their source of nightly entertainment, so they did everything they could to keep Dagath alive. But as you know, avoiding afterlife is not an easy task. The only thing they could do to save Dagath was to ask everyone's least favorite incel for his help. I may be too harsh on this guy, but this hand is a dead giveaway. I don't know how desperate you have to be to ask this guy for help, but things didn't go as planned. Dagath was immortalized as a warframe, but during the process, she lost all of her emotions. What she lacked in emotions, she made up for with the creepiest smile I have ever seen. A lot could be said about this face, but none of it is pleasant. I don't know about you, but I do not feel happy feelings when I look at this. And the Orokin felt the same.
A face only a mother could love.
Since she was no longer fun, they decided that the best option was permanent uninstallation, as opposed to, I don't know, sending her on a mission far, far away or just assigning her to someone else. Another fatal accident was arranged, but this time the Orokin couple decided to put slightly more effort. They took the warframe to, I'm assuming, some sort of production facility where they used a highly dangerous dissolution beam to remove her from life. This was the worst facial Dagath received in her life because her entire face was gone. The last time I saw a hole this big, I was with my ex-wife. At this point, everyone else would give up on life, but Dagath is built differently. I don't know if she used her invulnerability or her brain is somewhere else, but she survived. I just want to point out that these two really suck at uninstalling stuff. The only thing that they managed to delete was a horse, and even that went horribly wrong. I am not the right person to criticize assassination attempts, because I never planned one and in the end I do not care. But the one person who wasn't happy with all this was Dagath. Disappointed with their lack of assassination skills, she decided to show the Orokin couple how to do things properly. Dagath even decided to give them her own version of facial. I personally didn't see it, but I'm assuming that you could jam your entire fist through their heads. After completing her character origin quest, Dagath wandered around without purpose. It is very hard to have any sense of direction when you are missing 95% of your head. As she was wandering around during the Knights of the Naberus event, she met the grandmother of the Entrati family. According to the Naberus tradition, Dagath demanded a gift. I don't know a lot about the Naberus event, but I have been playing this game for over 10 years and during the Knights of Naberus, no one has ever gifted me anything. Sadly, the same thing almost happened to Dagath because the grandmother didn't have anything to give, so she decided to give Dagath her own name. I know I called Dagath throughout this because of obvious reasons, but until she met the grandmother that night, this warframe was nameless. The consequences of giving her name to Dagath meant that the grandmother no longer had the rights to use her name. I am shocked with how this all works, but if you ever wondered why grandmother doesn't have a name like everyone else in the Entrati family, now you know. As far as the lore goes, I know that most things in Warframe don't have a happy beginning nor ending. But Dagath's background is especially interesting to me because it leads me to all kinds of not good thoughts, and that's why I like it. Also, on a more sad note, I could totally see something like this happening in real life, which just makes it more disturbing. Enjoy the rest of your life and let me know what do you think about this.